Hello everyone, this is Scarzig, and welcome to the next episode of Vetruvian Versus. Before we hop in today, I do need to show you a little tweak I made to the deck. We're still running the same thing, except I swapped out an Orb Weaver and a Staff of Akir for 2 Dancing Blades. This gives me a little bit of a way to control the board the way I was using Staff of Akir, but because I don't need to go in with my General as much, it keeps me safer, higher HP. The Staff of Akir falls off in certain matchups and in later going games, so the Dancing Blades I think overall will come in handy more, and plus having a fat body and a board swing like that really lets me press the early advantage that this deck can generate and keeps me from running out of steam as quickly. My only concern with this change is that cutting an Orb Weaver does make the Lady Lock a bit weaker in this deck. So hopefully that won't affect us too much. I might end up swapping the Lady Lock for something else, but overall I still think that we're doing pretty good. So let's see what we can get today. Hopefully we aren't running into a bunch of Abyssian. Ooh, Songhai, perfect. That's what I want to see. So Dunecasters I don't need. Staff of Akir might be nice in this matchup to take out a Gorehorn or something before he has a chance to backstab me with it. Although Songhai normally doesn't really play units naked. They would usually want to inner focus, and if I get backstabbed, the Staff of Akir would be useless anyway. So I think we'll cut these two, keeping the Dunecaster to set up a combo, and trying for a stronger 2-drop. Is it correct to keep the Dunecaster here? That might be a bit greedy. Because if I went double Dunecaster, that's still pretty weak. Having a 2-1 and a 4-3? Yeah, because he just hits one and then Phoenix fires the other. So I'd rather those not get wasted early. We'll save those as combo pieces. This is a lot better. Depending on what he opens up with, I'll either summon Sand Howler or Orb Weaver. Alright, cool. Orb Weaver it is then. I think I'm tempted here to swap out the Emerald Rejuvenator. I will be able to play it next turn, but I think the smart play is actually to hold this for healing. And it pretty much is on curve for me overall. And I think setting up the Sand Howler here is also correct. Because it does trade into Tuskboar. And if I play it here, it'll die to what he has on board. So I'd want to play it here, which is the safe spot. And if I'm going for a safe play anyway, Orb Weaver might be best to go here and here. So he has 2 targets. Yeah, we'll I think setting up the multiple targets here is pretty good. This will bait out some of his early burn, hopefully, and this gives me 2 possible bodies to set up the 3rd wish on. Songhai doesn't run a lot of dispels, of course, but once you get 3rd wish set up on a target, Songhai has a hard time dealing with it outside of wasting one of their key combos to take out that unit instead of using it on your general's face. So all in all, I think that this will prove stronger for me in the long run. Now, Killing Edge is interesting because since it buffs the Jaxi up to 3 HP, it lives for a turn. This gives me a chance to possibly get a Siphon Energy to take care of that. So I think the proper play here is to swap out the Primus Fist. Actually, Healing Mystic. I do have the Emerald Rejuvenator, so Healing Mystic isn't as important. I think holding the Primus Fist is correct, since I have a couple guys on the field. There's my Siphon Energy. Oh yeah! So the Siphon Energy kills, and he doesn't get his ranged unit. We're going to move forward into the Emerald Rejuvenator to protect our backs. And then the Orb Weaver is just going to go back here defensively. This one comes up to threaten this mana. Now, in the Songhai matchup, you pretty much, as a rule of thumb, don't ever want to attack face with your general, because their job is to get you low, and by you attacking them, even if you both lose 2 HP, it's only helping them in the long run. So, and again, that's just a rule of thumb. Circumstances change depending on how the game is going. For example, if I was full health and I was completely stomping him into the dust and he only had like 10 HP, then of course I would take the general attack to get him closer to lethal. Or if you're confident that you can survive, if attacking them leaves you outside of their burst range while setting up next turn lethal for you, then of course take that general attack. But he invested a lot putting that killing edge onto that Jaxi. He got some early cheap damage. Fortunately, I was able to deal with it for 0 mana, so very good for me. And so that's double Phoenix Fire. Okay. So I do have a Healing Mystic. The play here, I think, is to actually move up. This Orb Weaver will still be protecting my back, and then I can Healing Mystic myself, or would it be proper to hit him with the Emerald Rejuvenator and then heal the Emerald Rejuvenator for tempo and pressure? I don't think that that's actually correct. I can get up to 7 this turn, so. But no, we'll block him off. And we'll just go big. With the Scion's First Wish, the Healing Mystic Heal onto the Emerald Rejuvenator isn't as important. Because essentially, healing him with the Healing Mystic would just be giving the Emerald Rejuvenator 2 additional HP. Giving him the 1 additional HP is just as effective in this case. Well, not just as. He did waste 2 Phoenix Fires, so he's probably not going to be able to Phoenix Fire the Emerald Rejuvenator. Summoning it back here is kind of odd. He's going to use it as an opportunity to get this guy spaced out. And trade here. No, he's going right for my face. Wow, that's a really bad idea in my opinion. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I want to swap out the Sand Howler, see if I can get a buff, and that would be lethal. No. Hang on, am I still able to lethal? Because I've got 1 damage here and draw a card. So, let's cast that on our Emerald Rejuvenator. See if we can get a buff. Star's Fury. Yeah, that's game. Holy cow. Yeah. He went super greedy that game, spending all of his stuff just on my face and just forgoing controlling the board. So with those extra dervishes I got from the Star's Fury, I would have just been able to kill him with all the stuff I had on the board. So really good play there. I'm kind of proud of myself. Yesterday I sat down to try to record and I was just so off of my game. I got some footage, but I cannot let it see the light of day.
Vetruvian.
It was just so sloppy. Vanar. Okay, this will be a pretty interesting game for sure. As I've been playing a lot of Vetruvian, I've noticed that I think I want to hold the Siphon Energy because this is extremely good against Ephemeral War Master. I think swapping out the Orb Weaver and the Staff of Vakir is correct. Staff of Vakir and Siphon Energy are both really good as a combination against Ephemeral War Master opening, since Vanar's going turn 2. But replacing just the Orb Weaver it's too risky for me to try to just gamble and get a 2-drop off of that. Holding the Siphon Energy to deal with the Ephemeral War Master. Is still pretty good, but I think that trying to get a 2-drop to open up with is going to be benefiting me overall. Swapping out the Siphon Energy here is probably also correct, just because it increases my chances. If I remember correctly, I read something that it increases your chances of getting your 2-drop that you need to almost 50%. So Cosmic Flash, not quite what I was after. We're going to throw away the Sand Howler. Dang. I guess Staff of Akir it is. So we got punished overall. So you can see how, even though it didn't end up working out for us, swapping out all 3 cards did increase our chances of getting a favorable opening. So Siphon Energy did come back into my hand. Excuse me. Okay, so throw one of those back. Sand Howler. Okay, that's pretty interesting. It stinks that I can't get up to 5 this turn and combo the Cosmic Flesh. Heart Sister's pretty good, because as a 3-2, it basically takes a charge off of this for free. And we'll just summon the Orb Weavers defensively. The Orb Weavers sort of serve as like a bluff and a threat for Third Wish. Hopefully my opponent will waste some resources on them. They do come in handy when you combo them with Lady Locke, but even in games where I do get Third Wish on them, I always, would prefer to have a Sand Howler on them instead. And he did trade this Healing Mystic into me without summoning something on the mana tile. So that's a bit telling. Maybe it was a misplay by him, but that tells me he probably doesn't have very many creatures in his hand. Emerald Rejuvenator, that's pretty nice. He takes the 4 and then heals it back. I can trade these 2 guys into it if I want. At this point in the game, I think Emerald Rejuvenator is pretty good. We'll throw back the Healing Mystic, I think. Primus Fist. Okay, now we're talking. Because I can go Primus Fist, Cosmic Flesh, and then that would allow one of these Orb Weavers to trade into the Emerald Rejuvenator, and then this Orb Weaver would retreat. And then I could pressure and save the mana tile for me next turn. Is it worth it? I mean, I'd keep a couple bodies on the board. Instead of just trading both of these in and having an Emerald Rejuvenator, I'd have two smaller bodies and 18 health. I wouldn't heal back up right away. Well, that would give me a stronger next turn play. If I get this mana, I can combo the Emerald Rejuvenator and maybe another 2-drop or something that I get. So I think overall that is pretty good. So we'll go that route. And then we're going to move like this. Fantastic. And this just pressures my opponent. Oh my goodness, the Orb Weaver survived. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was automatically assuming that it was going to die, but the buff from the Cosmic Flesh kept it alive. So my opponent trades into it, and I think I'm able to keep him off the mana this turn. Okay, so he does this, and doesn't take that mana. So I get it this turn. Swap out Sandhowler. Mirror Healer. Oh, man. Only I could walk onto that mana. Star's Fury, I think, is actually pretty good here. Because it allows me to take out this Ephemeral War Master. And the Healing Mystic. So I could clear the board. Wait. Would I be able to clear? 2, 3. Yeah, I'd have to attack here, and then the 2 dervishes that spawn here would go into the Healing Mystic. So that is correct. Oh, ugh. You know what? Actually, that is better. I'm losing my mind because I trade the healing into the Healing Mystic here instead of taking 3 damage from my general. Man. Yeah, this is kind of like what was happening to me yesterday where I just couldn't get my head on my shoulders. And unfortunately, we aren't able to block this mana, but we'll go up to 6 next turn and drop the Amera Healer if things look good. Most likely, I probably want to get Emerald Rejuvenator out here pretty soon. Yeah, so that's 1 Chromatic Cold down, which is nice. Yeah, so let's, I think we want to get rid of the Star's Fury. Rash's Curse is pretty good. But we're going to deny this mana, since I'm starting to hit my curve anyway. And do I want to summon the Sandhowler? Or do I want to turn this into a Ghost Wolf? You would need to trade both in order to kill the Emerald Rejuvenator. I think dropping the Sandhowler is correct. Because it's just something else for him to hit instead of me. And it sort of boxes him out from blocking me into this bottom row. Also keeps me from floating 3 mana, which would be a pretty weak turn. I want to try to last as long as possible before I play the Amera Healer. So it doesn't get Chromatic Cold or Hailstone Prison. This is, I consider to be a very hard matchup for Vetruvian. So Rash's Curse is pretty good here to take out the Snowpiercer. We'll take out this wolf. Okay, so we take out the Snowpiercer, take out the wolf and the Healing Mystic, get a big body. That's pretty good for us. And the good thing about Dancing Blades in this matchup is it's something that doesn't want to be hit with Hailstone Prison, because it has a really strong opening gambit. And we get to flee away from the Jaxi. He can hit it into the Dancing Blades if he wants, though. And now I have a combo for Dunecaster, Rash's Curse, Scion's Third Wish. This is really good for us. He played the Razorback here on the Jaxis instead of the Mini Jaxes, which is a bit greedy on his part. So I think doing the combo here to take out all of these guys is 6 damage I don't need to take. There's a chance that one of these Mini Jaxes would spawn in this corner for me to take out. And Still have the Dancing Blades here for him to deal with. Let's see. Alternative plays. Summon the Amera Healer off curve and just get it massively destroyed. Throw it back to Lady Locke. Sounds for Swish. Also a possibility. So we get that burst of damage to threaten lethal for next turn. And my Gambit paid off. I get to take out this Mini Jax. So this makes it so that his general is surrounded by a blast unit here, a fat body here. If he wants to try to get at me, he needs to stick around to take out this Dunecaster with either his general or the Razorback. He's going to need, he only has 2 cards in his hand, he's going to need one of those, or what he replaces into, to be Chromatic Cold, so not have to take 9. If he's attacking that Durage, that tells me he has the Chromatic Cold then. Oh, okay, so he's just going to trade everything. Okay. That's cool. My opponent's on 7 health. Okay, Emerald Rejuvenator. And Dancing Blade. Okay, so luckily my Dancing Blade still survives. So we'll throw back a Dunecaster. Lady Locke. Okay, now we're talking. I can go Lady Locke Primus Fist Dunecaster to lock him in place. Or should I just go for the Amera Healer because he's low and that threatens lethal? Probably wise to just trade in here. And if I have the Amera Healer on, then Dancing Blades hits it and lives. Mini Jax takes it out. No, that's a really big loss of tempo for me. That's what makes Amera Healer so dangerous. If he hadn't healed with the Emerald Rejuvenator, I probably would go for that play, but I think it's best to go for the Swarm play. Now, do I want to go Dunecaster Primus Fist or just Primus Fist? I think we want to hold the Dunecaster. That's a mistake on my part. I should have moved over here to attack because if he can clear both of these, then the Dancing Blades gets to hit me. So, misclick. So right here we have the Primus Fist walling off the Dancing Blades. And then Lady Locke is still locking down the Fey Bloodwing because the Mini Jax doesn't have enough damage to take it out. And so we're just delaying here. We're pretty much locking him down, getting some chip damage in, and we're also making sure that he's not top decking any removal. I think Amera Healer is going to come in very handy here. Twilight Sorcerer gets him some of that removal back. That would be either a Flash Freeze or Chromatic Cold. Okay, so throw back one of these guys. We're gonna go we're going to go Healing Mystic into Amera Healer. Playing it down here locks down the General specifically, so the Dancing Blades can't get at it. And now he has to make a choice to take out the Healing Mystic, hit me, with the Twilight Sorcerer or use it to get rid of the Amira Healer? Okay, so it was Chromatic Cold that he got back with the Twilight Sorcerer. That is unfortunate. I took the overly cautious route, and he was able to fish for more removal. So he gets to take out the Amira Healer with that combo. He's top decking like a god right now. Are sistering in the Dancing Blades to hit me. That's pretty good, actually. And then retreating his general back. Okay, so we want to throw the Sand Howler back. Rosh's Curse plus Dunecaster plus Scion's First Wish is 5 damage. So first we're going to Rosh's Curse. And we're going to Scion's First Wish. Or Dunecaster. Cast the Scion's First Wish on the Dunecaster. Gives us a Sand Howler. Okay, so do I want this 4 damage or do I need to clear this? I need to clear this. And then we threaten. I still have a slight card advantage and a life lead. That second Amira Healer, if that comes back, I might be able to lock him down for good. Right now, it looks like I have too many threats for him to deal with overall. If he can buff the mini-jacks, it'll give him some more control. Luckily, that hasn't happened. Ooh, Hailstone Prison to bring the Dancing Blades back out to finish that. Very good. Yeah, so that 1 damage sticking around is really helping him clear my field. Let's see, 5. The Razorback, that'd be 6, 7, 8, 9. Throw the Emerald Rejuvenator back and hope for something to play this 3 mana with, or save it. Well, I have a chance of dying next turn, so Third Wish. If I put the Third Wish on now, that makes it so that if he hits it with the Dancing Blades, it'll die to the counterattack. Scion's Third Wish, he's going to try to kill this next turn anyway. Saving the Scion's Third Wish is better here, because it doesn't matter if the Dancing Blades is alive or not next turn. And if he has Chromatic Cold, it doesn't matter either way. Yeah, so if that Twilight Sorcerer brings back Chromatic Cold, then the Scion's Third Wish wouldn't have mattered. But because it's buffed up to 7, it still can theoretically survive this turn. Razorback, never mind. So I've got Sand Howler Third Wish, which is nice. I can flee a lot of this damage. Do I have a Rosh's Curse? Dunecaster. Okay. I can't summon the Dunecaster outright because the Mini Jax kills it for free. So I do need to get away from those guys. Siphon Energy, that kind of helps a bit. If I had gotten that earlier, this Mini Jax wouldn't be such a huge pain in the neck for me. And with the Twilight Sorcerer coming in to recycle a lot of those spells, this is getting pretty dire for me. Hailstone. Yeah, so I almost had him, but he's hanging on. This seems to be like a control Banar deck, which is pretty nice. Haven't seen something like that in a while. Normally it's been this same sort of style for sure, but this is definitely more late game oriented with the Twilight Sorcerers now being at 5 mana and whatnot. So we're getting boxed in here, boys. Okay, so I need... Do I have Rosh's Curse? I can't remember if I've spent all 3 of them. Star's Fury. Okay. That gets me 1 Dervish that I can put Third Wish on is 5 damage. So Star's Fury, Third Wish clears these. So heartbreaking having to use that. Okay, so outside of another Razorback to buff this guy, I'll live to fight another day. He had the Chromatic Cold. Dang. I'm thinking back if there was a... Because I got put in that position where I had to use my other Star's Fury to clear the board and not do damage to the general. I'll have to check the tapes. I'm wondering if there was a different set of moves I could have taken there. Because it turned around right when I got him really low, and then he healed up with that Emerald Rejuvenator. I'm wondering if there was a different set of plays I could have made. But I'm sure you guys will let me know what I did wrong there. But that was a pretty good match, though. I won't lie. So I'm glad that we got some good matches in today, actually. That weren't Abyssian for sure. So definitely let me know what I did wrong. There's something I'm not seeing there for that last match, and I know that once I figure out what it is, I can hit that next level as a player. So thanks for stopping by. Thank you for all your tips and feedback over all of these months I've been running this channel. I do really appreciate it, and I read all of your comments. And that's pretty much it. I will see you next time, and you have a good one.